Welcome back, guys, to another review with Fritzy Boy 789. Today we're going to be talking about 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is directed by Martin McDonough, and it stars Frances McDormand, Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson, Caleb Landry Jones, Lucas Hedges from Manchester by the Sea, and Peter Dinklage. It's a huge star-studded cast, and I'm super excited to talk about this movie. I just saw it at the Minneapolis Film Festival here in Minneapolis. I went with a buddy of mine, and I gotta tell you guys, I adored this movie. As far as to surmise the plot a little bit without going into too much detail, the film surrounds a lady who puts up 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, as the title would imply, in order to hope to basically inspire local law enforcement to take action on an investigation that has kind of gone cold. That's all I'm going to say about it, because I went into it pretty blank, and I think that's going to be the best way to do it, because I'm glad I didn't know anything about the plot of the film, because it made it that much more enjoyable. As far as some of my personal pros or things that I really liked about the film, this film is absolutely gorgeous. The aesthetic of the film with the shot composition and the cinematography is fantastic. Missouri, if it is Missouri, is absolutely gorgeous, and I didn't know that. Additionally, it's not a dull movie in any sense of the word. This movie is rich and filled with color. Every single scene has very, very distinct and purposeful placements of color and utilization of lighting in order to kind of give it each scene a very specific feeling, and I thought it was a very pretty movie. As far as the performances go, I think that this was good on every single level. I mean, every single person in this film involved, I think, did a very good job, but especially the 2 leads, being Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell. I think that they're both Oscar nomination worthy, and I think that honestly they might even deserve it from what I've seen so far this year, especially Sam Rockwell. For me personally, this was a career height for him. I didn't look at the screen and see Sam Rockwell. I saw the character that was there. He was funny, he was endearing, kind of a despicable character, but he was absolutely hilarious, which also is attributed to the writing by McDonough himself. It was a very investing story, extremely well written. It almost kind of feels like a play, and I think that's kind of the vibe that he goes for, which allows it to kind of move away from reality while also still feeling somewhat grounded. He's a master in the way he's able to switch between comedy and immediately go to drama, and then he can go back to comedy in the same scene without it feeling out of place. He is a master screenwriter in that regard. Additionally, there are a ton of very, very dark jokes, and it is actually a hilarious movie. The entire theater was laughing at a lot of the jokes that took place in the movie. I do think that this is Martin McDonough's best film, in my opinion, at least since In Bruges. It's equally as good, if not better, and that's my opinion. As far as the cons, I didn't have a lot of problems with the movie. My friend who I went with brought up some good points in the sense that Woody Harrelson's character does seem a little out of place occasionally, that he might be there more just as a plot convenience to help kind of flesh out other characters as well as move the story along. There were also some other conveniences that were placed throughout the script in order to kind of give us what we needed for the characters to advance in the story, which could be seen as a little bit of a negative, I guess, if you had to nitpick it. It's a very dark movie, which doesn't bother me personally, but I could see how it could be a turnoff for some people because it is incredibly dark. Even though there's a lot of levity with the comedy that exists in it, and some of the absolutely hilarious laugh-out-loud jokes in which I personally was laughing my ass off, it is still very dark, very dramatic, lots of very dark themes. And some plot choices, as I said already, were a little ungrounded. They did seem a little outside of what reality might actually dictate. but once again, I think that is also attributed to Martin McDonagh's writing. I personally loved this movie. I adored it. Aside from those little nitpicks, it's a fantastic black, dark comedic drama with solid performances, stellar jokes, as well as a very investing story. Yeah, there's those small conveniences, as I pointed out, my friend pointed out, and the darker tone that may turn some people off. But I had a great time with this movie, and I would highly recommend it when it comes out near you guys in a wider release. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth your time. And, guys, go to your local theaters. Seeing movies like this, I think, is important because it helps support great filmmaking, including going to your local film festival, seeing local film, and seeing great films with the likes of Blade Runner 2049 or this movie, or a smaller movie that comes out, or a local film that comes out. Support local film, support great film. We got to encourage this kind of great filmmaking. And as always, guys, if you like what you saw here, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you thought about Martin McDonagh's other films, or once you see this movie, once it comes near you. And if you like what my channel has to offer, if you're enjoying my videos, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and you'll keep up to date every time I'm putting a review up, guys. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next review.